This will take a while.
So what we're seeing is the caterpillar-looking one, not the chrysalis.
You are seeing the
skin
actual...
is actually splitting. His, I say his. We don't know their gender, right?
Not until they hatch. And what you're seeing is that the old skin, the last one, is splitting away, and underneath is that chrysalid.
So he's like bulging.
Do you realize how many years it took me to see this, and you get to see it right now? Wow.
Wow.
That's cool.
That's really cool. So it'll just keep doing that now for,
just
take what, about 5 minutes?
Couldn't tell you.
That's so cool.
And then it spins itself around as it starts to dry, firms up the attachment. And then when it first comes out, of course, you don't see any of those beautiful gold dots. At this point, it's soft, it's moist. And of course, I wouldn't touch it. But you know when this is going to happen, when you've watched them for a while. When the antennae get really floppy and curly, then you know it's going to split any second.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like a toasting marshmallow where it's just like expanding. I don't know why, but it's just swelling.
And then it's, right, because the end result looks longer than what was before. Yeah, absolutely.
So it has yellow, sort of yellow horizontal stripes.
Kind of like the caterpillar hat.
Right.
But then once it dries, it really looks pretty much all green.
Wow. Wow. So that's it. Now it's joined the rest of its troop there, its family.
And then once it gets completely out of the skin, right, it will turn itself around to make sure that the way it's hung is solid. And then the shape you see is different. It doesn't look like the other ones yet. That'll take a little while for it to dry.
Okay.
But now,
oh, it's wiggling.
Exactly.
So it's turning itself around now.
Right, and you see it wiggle itself, besides the shaking.
Right, the lid is shaking just because you're holding it, but...
it's not exactly the strongest plastic. And then watch it. You see how it really wiggles itself to make sure that connection is firm, so that it's hanging solid. You know, and obviously this is one of those critical junctures. If something happens, if it would fall, that would be it. Yeah.
So let's hope it doesn't fall. That would be horrible.
It turns itself around. Sometimes the old skin falls off, sometimes it stays on there. So that's why they look like they have a little bit of black spot.
So that black on the top of them, that's their old skin.
That was the old skin. And
it just stays there until it falls off.
Yeah, exactly. It eventually falls off. If I choose to move them, as soon as you touch it, it falls off.
So he's twisting itself around. It's just sort of spinning in a...
Right, and it's making sure that that connection is solid. And then once it's... However it knows that it's finished and that it's secure, then it lets itself hang and dry. But you see how the shape is different?
Yeah.
And it really is quite wiggly.
Wow. And so when it stops wiggling, it's going to hang there like the rest of them for a period of a few days?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
About 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And that's where the metamorphosis takes place, inside the chrysalid.
Okay, so these guys are green, and in about 2 weeks they're going to get transparent, and you're going to see...
What it appears as is it looks like they turn black. When you look closely, you see the outline of the wing, and then you see the orange and the black lines. And shortly after that, they break out from that, what is at that point really paper thin shell, casing, chrysalid.
And then you wait till the time is right and you place them on
on the milkweeds outside.
Milkweed leaves,
right.
And hope they'll imprint so that they'll come back and have lay more eggs.
Right, right.
Wow.
If I do keep them inside, at most for a couple days because I don't have a large space for them to fly around. I only have a small net. And if I keep them inside, they enjoy watermelon. They do drink it. I don't do sugar water. I'd rather, you know, offer them the real stuff. But, because once you cut flowers, it doesn't offer them the kind of nectar that they really need. But they're quite fine with, you know, watermelon or other melons.
Okay.
And then let them go.
All right. Well, we'll let him finish his task there. That was good luck finding him.
Boy, you couldn't have had better timing. That's unreal.
There you go, Barista Nat.